Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I'm going to chat with you guys a little bit about, changes I've kind of made over time, a little bit with my training. Even though I was known here for having a really weak bench, I got up to a pretty respectable bench pressing, especially considering I'm in my late 40s, and I've done 335 or 5 pause reps and stuff like that. I'm getting decent. But, the thing is, something I've also been working on, I've been trying to tell people is that size always equals strength potential. And there is a time when a lot of our training, even if we are trying to get brutally strong, we do need to train in some way similar to bodybuilders. Okay. And it's a good idea. And again, this is kind of just a midway through me doing stuff like this, implementing changes. You guys are kind of seeing it. And obviously this won't be up for a few weeks, this video, until after I've made it. But this all came from a training session I did today to where I'm gripping wider and wider. And now I've taken my benching over here to where I can't even handle the same weights because I'm doing everything raw. It's flat back. I am all the way as wide as really I can get away with, which is pretty much fingers on the rings, not pinky fingers like my index finger or middle finger are about on the ring, pretty much on the edges of even meat legal, and I'm getting real close to the hooks, right? What are we doing here? We're stretching the chest. Everything is paused on the chest. Same thing you'll notice when I get to my incline benching here. You'll see the pullovers and other stuff. And this is the things that we need to be thinking about. We have to think in terms, when we're thinking of hypertrophy, we have to be thinking about those lengthened positions. And I think people way overplay the contracted and the squeeze because that's just not what the research is showing for muscle growth. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that you're dumb for focusing on it any more than I'm telling someone that they're dumb for benching like a power lifter. What I am telling you is that stretch mediated hypertrophy, lengthened positions of muscles, seems to give the most benefit out of everything we can possibly do for muscle growth. Now, does that mean other stuff doesn't work? No, of course not. It doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It means that this is what the weight of the evidence is showing, that those stretched positions are worth a lot. And and everyone says, oh, well, we have to go to dumbbell. Well, no, you don't always have to go to dumbbells to get that. Look at the way I'm doing all these presses, okay? Look at the ranges of motion and the stretches being put on the chest. Now, what I also want to point out here, your strength is not going to go down because you got bigger. A lot of times people will be like, yeah, but you could rep out 315 the other way. That 315 looks pretty heavy there. Like that, you did a single, but you didn't look like you could have done 5 reps or anything with it. No, it's harder. But has doing things a more difficult way really ever made anyone weaker? I don't think it does. Not if it adds more muscle. Also, particularly, doing all this stuff like this, something else I think people need to think about when they do go to bench heavy and stuff. If you've done all of this lengthened position stuff and you've gotten real strong in those stretch positions, and you do go back to the way that we lift for the most weight, which is always going to be a partial. I don't care if it's a squat. I don't care if it's a bench press. You need this to look. What we're doing for max is we're trying to cut the range of motion. You don't tear stuff as easy if you do this. It's safer. Bigger, stronger, safer, you're in the game longer. Okay. But look at the things that I'm doing here in this one. This will build your chest. I mean, at this point, and this is all from one workout, this is 3 different exercises. Now, obviously, I train my upper body twice a week. Obviously, I did arms and back and other stuff with this also. Another reason is the weights may not be super heavy. I'm having to condense all this down. I don't have as much recovery. I'm supersetting stuff. But we're still getting quality work. My pecs are being just hammered. But look at the movements we're seeing. We're hitting all the different angles. We're getting everything really stretched. Okay, this will give complete pec development over time. And I think people will notice that as they see me doing this, especially as I'm getting leaner and things like that. Probably notice that happening. Pecs will get bigger. Incline benching, flat benching. You could even work declines in. And I'm not saying dumbbells aren't good. I prescribe dumbbells to a lot of clients. I have dumbbells. You know what? The barbell is just more elegant, easier to set up, less problems. You can just go. You You can just run with it. Throw your barbell on and run with it. I don't think it's an inferior tool. And I'm not saying dumbbells aren't good. I think dumbbells are a great tool. I think if you're not trying to waste a lot of time setting up, though, and you just want to get right to the meat and potatoes, barbells can do pretty much the same thing. You got to find the grips. A lot of times it's those wide grips. A lot of times it's going flat back. It's doing all this stuff so that you can stretch everything. Okay? It's a lot of what we're doing. Getting everything into stretch positions. And in this case, you're seeing me take a real wide grip. I'm being forced to use lighter weights because I'm doing wide grips, and I'm doing... A lot of times people will do wide grip to cut range of motion with a big arch. It's different. When you're flat back, it's hard. But I'm going flat back. I'm not arching. Trying to stretch the chest at the bottom. Pausing on every rep. Same thing on the incline. Pausing on the clavicle. Not this going halfway down and stopping. Getting the stretch. At the expense of less weight, sure. But at this point, if you're doing this to build a bigger chest, the complete chest, you need to do that. Then you'll see me doing the pullovers, which again have worked wonders for my shoulder health. They're allowing me to finally start doing pull-ups and stuff again. All right, you guys know I'm a fan of the pull-ups. You know, that's almost like, let's talk complete back development. This is complete chest development. Look, you flat bench that way, incline bench that way, do pullovers. And there's a lot of different types of pullovers. You can do dumbbells, barbells, plates. Right? I'm using plates at the moment. I feel like they get the job done. Same thing, that stretch, and you're hitting a whole different angle. Whole different angle. Of course, this works the lats and other stuff also. Think about all the shoulder development, chest development, even the extra tricep work you're getting from all this. This is solid stuff. All right? And what I am doing with these, I am trying to, again, focus on getting as big as I can, body composition improved to be an all-around better athlete. Okay? This will end up with me having a much better pound-for-pound bench, squat, and all this stuff I'm doing. And we need to be clear there, guys. Even Westside eventually admitted that. Louis Simmons said that at one point. Look, just training more like a bodybuilder for a whole lot of your work works. It does work. Old school guys did it. You know, you didn't see that separation decades ago, did you? 60, 70, 80 years ago? These guys were all strong. They were all jacked. They didn't try to separate these things. There was no need. The only time people will try to really separate this is when the drugs get really, 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 really high. Okay, in the bodybuilding world. They're not doing that. There's significant overlap. And I'm not saying the way that we train every lift is going to be to lift the most weight with it. But we should be getting stronger. Should be getting stronger. Even at this stuff. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.